Hello, DC friends. What a hot topic this is, and I could spend several hours talking about this. We're talking about you and how does a chiropractor or a chiropractic student choose a chiropractic coach, a chiropractic mentor, a chiropractic practice management group, a chiropractic consultant. How do you choose that? What criteria do you use? Do you just go by who's talking the loudest? We call that the Babble effect. The Babble effect, very important to understand this. The Babble effect is a phenomenon where someone who talks loud, like they know what they're doing, and because they're loud or loud on social media or they're making their presence known, some people will want to follow them even though they are absolutely not qualified. It'll kind of sound like they are. And some of you are being fooled right now by chiropractors, listening to people who are absolutely not qualified to be giving any advice. So you got to be aware of who do you want to follow. So when you hire a consultant, you hire a coach, you're hiring someone that you want to follow. You want your life to be like theirs. You want to have what they have. You want to have the capabilities, the influence, the expanse, the reputation, the integrity, the vision, the love, the generosity, right? That's why you hired them, is because you want to go in the direction they went in. Okay? Really think about that. All right? If I want to win an Olympic gold medal, I better get connected with Olympic gold medal coaches. Yes? Not people who quit or wanted to win gold medals. You see the idea? You see the difference here? You want the real thing. And I've got several points here. Let me go through. I'm going to need some pens on this. But we just want to have a workable criteria. But you get my main point there is being discerning. Discerning. Okay? Especially when you're a student or you're new, you're not quite sure. How do you sort this out? I'll make it this simple. You hire for your chiropractic practice coach consultant person whoever has the best books, the best podcast, the best videos, and the most content for you, along with the best events that are all scheduled out a year in advance. Who has done the most to produce the best and most useful material directly applicable to you and deliverable to you right now? That's who you pick. It is that simple. Well, so-and-so doesn't have any books. Well, then why would you hang out with them? Well, so-and-so, you have to be discerning. You're making a choice here, like who you're going to marry. Okay, you're talking about hiring an accountant is a critical decision. Who you have a relationship with is a critical decision that has massive effects on your eternity. Who you hire as a practice management expert to advise you, like an accountant to advise you in matters with the IRS, who do you want on your side? Who do you want on your side as you navigate the 1,000 problems and landmines and difficulties and challenges of being a tenant, of being a manager of people, of being a chiropractor, of being a person dealing with debt, of being a person who has to deal with houses and cars and expenses and saving money? Who do you want to have be your advisor? All right. So very, very quickly here. Criteria. Have to have been in practice at least 10 years. That's a bare minimum. Okay. Next thing would be this. Best if they practiced in more than one state, multiple states, to have a feel that, because many people just practice in one state and that's how they think it is everywhere. When you practiced in multiple states, then you understand how things work and the differences between states. It's critical in dealing with clients. Really have to have broken $200,000 in a month in their clinic. Okay, all right. Or I might say this: $100,000 a month for at least 5 years. At least a minimum. Okay, that's a bare minimum. Absolute bare minimum there. Well, all of these are bare minimums actually. It should all be more. They really should own or have owned commercial real estate or even rental properties. To understand leases and landlords, because the biggest expense the chiropractor has, okay, besides staff and sometimes taxes, is dealing with the building and dealing with landlords, okay? All right, this is critical because being able to give advice here is absolutely critical. And you have to have been on both sides to know anything about that, okay? Really should have a ton of technique seminars and really a ton of other success seminars, okay? All right? Like, for example, I've been a part of 7 different coaching groups in the past, starting in 1996, okay? I've been to probably, I don't know, 100 success seminars and like 40 technique seminars, okay? And everything that goes along with all of that, all right? Flip page. Really, ideally, we'll have taught in at least 100 different companies doing talks to businesses to promote their practice, to get this feel for companies and employees and interacting and handling all of the questions that only being in the public will get you. You get the idea? So when you ask me something about how do you do this, how do you do that, what do you say, what do you say? Well, I've done talks in over 100 companies. I've heard all these things, all the ridicule, stood in the grocery store, done all these screening events. You get the idea? So I've got that weathering, and I've got these scars, and I've got these battle wounds, okay? And I can lead you right as a result of it. Really have got to have a lot of business training, of course. Have to be about you. So many times these days, you'll see people want to be consultants. Because remember now, there's no license to do this. Anybody can just say, I think I'm awesome. I'll just call myself a consultant, and I'll start putting on some events, and I'll try to go and get some people to come and listen to me. You get the idea? There's no criteria. There's no license to do this, you see. All right? So what we have to realize is you have to have someone that's about you. They're not just standing up there so they can feel important about themselves. Many times people just, I want to stand up and talk so I can get some people to listen, so I can think that I'm great and pat myself on the head and say, you made it, versus being there for you, because they are the real thing and they don't need to be patted on the head by anybody. And in fact, you're lucky that they even came off of the top of the mountain to start to teach you, okay? Major, major difference there, all right? And for sure, you want to be in a group that has a contract, okay? Now, the reason why this is critical is not because, okay, you're getting hooked into something. It's because you're hooking the consultant. See, when you sign and the consultant signs, we have an agreement that says, I am dedicated to you. If there is no agreement, there is no commitment, there is no contract, and there is no care on the consultant's part to do anything for you because you have not agreed to anything. See? Now, you might sit there on the outside and go, well, I really want to be able to do whatever I want. I don't want to have to sign anything. Well, then you're not committed enough, and the consultant certainly should be able to, or be wanting to commit to you. We have to have that mutual respect. Now, let me just do something here, and I'll bring this to a close. All right? Oh, it's so much fun. And like I say here, you are so smart. The smartest, fastest, easiest, and cheapest way to become more successful is to buy the information, to buy the ability to get around people you wouldn't ever be able to get around otherwise, okay? And that is how you grow and you learn, and the ideas rub off, and the energy field you get to be around is incredible. Okay, so a couple things here for me. 30th year in practice, okay? Yes, I've owned commercial property, rental property, continue to own, understand landlord on and all of those things, written out leases, had people abandoned, build out allowances. I've done it all as a commercial property landlord, okay? So when you talk to me about you're looking to rent a space, I know how it works, and this is vital for your success, okay? All right, I've opened now 7 offices. In other words, I personally designed from scratch, from a bare floor, 7 offices for myself. And I've designed at least 100 more. Because remember, I went to college to be an architect, okay? I got plans all over the place around here, right? And then I actually graduated with my degree in business as I got all the sciences to become a DC. So isn't that interesting? I've got the architecture thing, and then I actually graduated in business and got a minor in all the sciences. It's almost like I was set up perfectly to be a consultant. Plus, I was in the Air Force for 6 years while I went to college for 8. And so my training here and the precision and the demand and the detail associated with running a group that has 22 fighter jets, I'm telling you, this is one of the secret weapons. In fact, I'm wearing my Air Force blue right now. Okay? All right. Then, of course, the events, the videos, the books, the product sets, okay, the access, right, and all of these things that we call our success delivery system for the chiropractor. Of course, we have clients globally, okay, Ireland, Australia, Jakarta, Singapore, okay, and that understanding of how chiropractic works on a global scale makes everybody more powerful because the world is bigger and more expansive. All right. Well, I could go on a bunch of other qualifications there, but it's really not that important. I think you get the idea here. It is vital that you connect yourself with a high-performance person running a high-performance group that has the materials, the influence, the vision for you and your future. See, here's my secret agenda. I want you to have high-level health. I want you to have high-level relationships. I want you to have millions invested safely, generating an after-tax passive income, legitimate passive income, okay? And I want you to have a standing, okay, spiritually that guarantees your eternal future. I want you to really have everything in the ultimate chiropractic life. All right, I'm here for you. Any questions, of course, you get a hold of me right away. Your success is always a major priority to us.